Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a deep dive into AI art generation.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, specifically iPhone apps.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of like having a personal art studio right in your pocket.
I like that.
Yeah, and we're going to explore how these apps use like algorithms and massive data sets of art to create like these mind-blowing images from text descriptions.
It's pretty amazing how this is something that, anyone can have access to now.
Right.
It used to be like, oh, you need to be a specialist in this and all this stuff. And
Totally.
now the results are getting so sophisticated.
Yeah, and get this, there's even a completely free AI art generator on TikTok.
What, really?
Yeah. But first, let's talk about Midjourney.
Okay.
This one is a bit unique because it operates entirely on Discord.
Discord. That's interesting. How does that work?
So they must be tapping into that community aspect for
Sweet.
share and feedback.
Yeah.
So you basically join their server and you interact with their bot to create art.
Oh, cool.
So imagine like you type in / imagine, and then you describe like the scene you want to see.
Got it.
And then Midjourney takes it from there and it generates 4 different image options for you.
So it's like I'm brainstorming with the AI artist.
Yeah.
But instead of giving me like words, it's spitting out visual ideas.
Totally.
That's a cool way to explore different interpretations.
Right, and it's amazing how fast it is, too. Now, there is a free trial, so you get about 25 images, but to keep creating, you do need a paid membership.
Okay.
But from what I've seen, the quality is definitely worth considering.
Yeah, I mean, the computing power needed to run these models is pretty intense.
Right.
So, yeah, it makes sense that there would be a subscription model,
Totally.
keep things running. But it also raises some questions, like about accessibility.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Will this be something that, everyone can afford to participate in? Or
Right.
is it going to become kind of a luxury?
That's a great point. Okay, so while Midjourney is all about crafting these highly detailed images from scratch.
Yeah.
There's another approach to AI art that's becoming super popular, and that's animating existing images.
Oh, cool.
And you can find this in a very unexpected place.
Or TikTok. TikTok, I mean,
Yeah.
they're meeting users where they already are.
Right.
Makes it super easy.
Exactly. And the fact that it's completely free, it definitely adds to the appeal.
Right.
So you basically choose a picture, you apply a filter, and boom, the AI creates a cool animated video.
That's so cool. I mean, it's no wonder it caught on so quickly.
Right.
It's just so easy.
Yeah. And it just speaks to the power of integrating these tools into platforms that people are already using daily.
Right.
It makes it less intimidating.
Way less.
Yeah. Okay. So for our last app, we're stepping into the realm of what's possible with really advanced AI.
Okay.
DALL-E 2. It's created by the brilliant minds at OpenAI.
OpenAI.
Yeah, the same folks behind ChatGPT.
Oh, wow.
And it's been making waves in the tech world, and for good reason.
Yeah, DALL-E 2 is incredibly versatile.
Right.
It can blend styles, add or remove elements with incredible precision.
Yeah.
Even reimagine existing pictures in entirely new ways.
It's pretty mind-blowing, right?
It is.
Imagine taking a simple photo and turning it into a Renaissance masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
And while it's not a dedicated iPhone app, you can access it through Safari.
Okay.
And you can even add it to your home screen for easy access.
So even though it's web-based, it feels like a native app.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Right.
It makes you wonder, though, with all these capabilities, at our fingertips,
Right.
what does this mean for the definition of art?
Yeah.
The role of the artist?
That is a great question. Yeah, it really begs the question, are we all becoming artists now?
Right.
With AI doing so much of the heavy lifting, where does, human creativity even fit in?
That's a big question.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an easy answer.
Right.
I mean, that argue that, AI is just a tool,
Right.
like a brush or a chisel, It's still the human artist that is, conceiving the idea, guiding the process,
Yeah.
and deciding what's art.
I see that point, but I also wonder if having access to these, powerful AI tools,
Right.
if it changes how we think about creativity itself.
I think it probably does.
Yeah.
In some ways.
Yeah. Are we going to see a surge in completely new forms of art that we can't even imagine yet?
I think that's definitely possible.
Yeah.
I mean, think about how, photography changed the art world.
Oh, yeah.
At first it was seen as a threat
Right.
to traditional painting, but it eventually evolved into its own, unique art form.
Right.
So the same thing could happen with AI art.
Totally.
Push the boundaries of what we consider art and lead to entirely new genres.
Yeah, it's exciting to think about, but it also makes me wonder about, the artists who have spent years honing their skills.
Yeah.
Will they embrace these tools, or will they feel like their craft is being undermined?
I think that's a valid concern, and it's important to remember that, technology doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
It's shaped by human choices and societal values.
Yeah.
So it's up to us to figure out how to integrate these tools in a way that benefits both artists and the art world as a whole.
I like that you touched on that, the idea of integration instead of seeing AI as a replacement.
Right.
Maybe it's more about finding ways for AI and human creativity to complement each other.
Exactly. It's about collaboration. Imagine a world where artists use AI to explore new ideas, push their creative boundaries, and even collaborate with machines
Yeah.
in ways that were previously impossible.
That's a really cool way to think about it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential of AI art to change the art world, but for you, the listener, what does all this mean right now?
Well, I think the most exciting thing is that AI art is making creativity accessible to everyone.
That's true.
You don't need years of training or expensive equipment to create something beautiful
Right.
or thought-provoking.
Right.
You just need your phone and a little curiosity.
That's so true. And remember, even with super advanced tools like DALL-E 2, there are still free options out there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like TikTok's AI art generator.
Exactly.
So there's really no excuse not to give it a try.
I completely agree. And the more people experiment with these tools, the more we'll learn about their capabilities.
Yeah.
And how they can be used to enhance human creativity.
Totally. It's a journey of discovery for all of us.
It really is.
Speaking of discovery, one thing that really struck me while researching these apps is how quickly this technology is evolving.
Yeah.
What seemed impossible just a few years ago is now readily available on our phones.
Absolutely.
It's mind-boggling to think about where we'll be in another 5 or 10 years.
Oh, I know.
We might be carrying around entire virtual art studios in our pockets.
Right.
Capable of creating photorealistic images and animations with just a few voice commands.
That's wild.
I know, and that brings us back to that big question, what does it mean to be an artist in a world where AI is becoming so adept at creating art?
It's a question that's going to continue to challenge and inspire us, but ultimately, I believe that human creativity will always find a way to express itself, even as technology evolves.
Yeah, it's definitely a time of incredible potential, but also uncertainty,
Right.
As we wrap up our dive into AI art generation on iPhones, I'm left wondering, if these apps can already create such amazing images and animations,
Right.
what's next?
Yeah.
What does the future hold for AI art?
That is the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict exactly what the future holds.
Right.
But one thing's for sure, AI is going to continue to play a major role
Yeah.
in shaping the art world.
Do you think we'll reach a point where AI can create art that's indistinguishable from human-created art?
It's an interesting thought. We're already seeing AI generate images and videos that are incredibly realistic and emotionally evocative.
Yeah.
But, I think there's something inherently human about art.
Right.
There's that spark of creativity,
Uh-huh.
a unique perspective, a depth of emotion that's difficult to replicate with just algorithms.
Yeah, that makes sense. Even with all the technological advancements, there's still something special about art that was created by a human,
Exactly.
guided by human emotion.
But that doesn't mean that AI can't be a really powerful tool
Right.
for amplifying human creativity.
Yeah.
Imagine artists collaborating with AI to create works that are beyond anything we can imagine today.
Totally.
Or using AI to explore new mediums and push the boundaries.
Those are some really exciting possibilities.
Yeah.
So as we've seen, AI art generation isn't just this futuristic concept anymore.
Yeah.
It's here, it's accessible, and changing the way we create and experience art.
Absolutely.
For you listening, what stood out to you the most from all this?
For me, it's the democratization of creativity that AI brings.
Yeah.
These apps are empowering anyone with a smartphone to explore their artistic potential,
Yeah.
regardless of skill level or background.
It's a powerful reminder that art is for everyone.
It really is.
And with AI art generation becoming, more and more integrated into our everyday lives,
Yeah.
who knows what incredible creations we'll see emerge in the years to come.
I'm excited to find out.
Me too. Well, that's it for our deep dive into AI art generation on iPhones.
It was a good one.
Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep diving deep.